Okay, this is a game of Rumble I played today. It was my first game, and there are a lot of embarrassing moments here.
The enemy is everywhere.
Right off the bat, this looks weird, but I step out of the box to adjust the volume on my headset. Alright, first guy, red on the radar, had the drop on him and missed every shot. Then pushed in with a fusion rifle when he was pushing forward aggressively, probably should have just backed out. So spawn, there's a guy here, I'm way out of cover and he melts me with an ace of spades. I'm guessing at this point I should have just moved aggressively towards cover or away from that altogether. There's a guy on my radar, so I'm moving forward. He's not paying attention to me, so at least I land 3 clean shots, get the kill, then move forward. There's a guy moving towards me that he was shooting at, and I'm able to kill him too. Probably pretty lucky on this one because I was way out in the open. This guy shot, I missed, and then again, kind of out in the middle of nowhere, there's a guy with a Vex. I think he spawned behind me. Okay, this gunfight hurts to watch. I had the drop on him. I think if I had hit any of these shots, he'd be dead. But I didn't, disengaged and dropped the rift. I know he's still there. I can see him on the radar. And he moves forward, and once again, I missed shots. At least I was behind cover this time. But then he pushes up, and I am not at all prepared. I think that I probably should have disengaged and left the area. Right after the spawn, I see a guy on my radar right away. I kind of wander out. I'm not really sure what to do, but I did land the first shot. Then he pushes up. I managed to get the kill, but I think it was mostly luck. And then I come around the corner, and there's more red on the radar. I see the guy come out, and this time do the right thing, back away, and get the kill. So after that, this happens to me a lot, and I don't really know what to do. So I don't see a lot of red on the radar, and I kind of just wander around. I finally find this guy and miss a couple of shots. I think if I had landed them, I probably could have at least gotten the kill. And then I come back, he's still there. I land a couple of shots again. I drop a grenade, which hits him. Probably I should have pushed forward more aggressively. Instead, I backed away. I see a lot of people on the radar. I know this guy's going to flank me, so I turned around, but then there's a third party. I think this is a common problem for me. As I enter these engagements and as I exit them, the next step isn't always super clear about what I should do, how I should react. I think that whole time I was kind of out in the open, and it made me right for people coming up behind me. Okay, so this is another instance where I spawned and there's no one immediately on my radar, and I just don't know what to do, so I kind of wander around until I see someone eventually on the radar. I'm kind of staying around the edge of the map. I hear gunfire over to the left, and I don't immediately push in because, at least for me, it feels like pushing in through these tunnels always ends in disaster. Okay, so there's a guy here. He's kind of at range. I pull out my fusion rifle. I think maybe this is the right range to do it, but it's obviously not. Maybe I should have had my primary out and fired. And then he ducks behind cover. I step out to engage, still with the fusion rifle, and then he does that. Here I spawn right out in front of a guy with Vex. He pushes. Luckily, I get the fusion rifle out in time. This guy, I think I could, engage with the fusion rifle again, but it's a rapid fire, and it's slightly out of range. And then I was able to finish off the guy who was shooting at him, which is pretty lucky overall. So here I hear shots. I move forward thinking maybe I can clean up a gunfight. I don't know why I went down instead of up. And then I hear what sounds like Fist of Havoc, so I back away out into the open, only to be melted by this guy with Vex. It feels like I should have moved along the wall instead of been out in the open. There was no cover, and he was looking right at me. So spawn in, immediately there's a guy on my radar, and he does have Fist of Havoc. I was trying to pull out my fusion rifle, maybe to hit him, through a grenade instead. They're both bound to the mouse wheel. So I respawn in front of the guy with the Vex again. I feel lucky I was able to get the clean shots off on him through the flinch, and at least finish him off in trade. So all through here, right after the spawn, again, it's just sort of an aimless wandering out. Traversal feels like a problem for me as I move between engagements, and I'm all the way out where there's no cover. This guy kind of jumps out. I pull my fusion rifle out instead of punching, and either way, it wasn't going to work. So respawn, there's a guy right in front of me. I see him, I push forward, out of cover again, there's nowhere to run to. Luckily, he misses a shot, and I get the kill, but then this guy with the Vex again kind of spawns behind me. Okay, so this guy jumps out, and I'm out of cover, but luckily the fusion rifle does fusion rifle things and finishes him off. And then something very sad is about to happen. So the heavy spawning, I go to pull it. My super button and my heavy button are right next to each other, and I push the wrong one and waste my super. Luckily, I'm able to get a kill real quickly on the super with my machine gun. This guy comes out. It takes me a second to realize that I'm out of ammo, but at least he's a little bit slower than I am, and I still get the kill.
You make that look easy, Warlock.
So after cleaning up these 2 kills, like, this is another instance where I just don't know what to do. So I am just moving around the map kind of aimlessly, looking for someone. I see somebody on my radar, move a little bit towards them, then I see people kind of spawning behind me. And I move that way. I jump past this guy who had to jump on me and out of cover. And he sees me coming, he knows I'm there, and melts me with a Vex. So I spawn in, and he's still there. I think he's still there, so I push forward maybe too aggressively and move past cover. I still have the jump on him, and if I had hit any of those shots, I think I would have got him, but I missed them all, and then he finished me off. Spawn in here, the game's about to be over, but there's a guy in here with me as I spawn. I think to myself, like, I'm behind cover, but it's mostly because he's behind cover. I pull out the fusion rifle. I think it's out of range for that, but I pull it out anyway, at least. And mercifully, this is over.